Hey everybody, welcome to Auvbri. My name is Renee. We're back here in The Sims 4, of course, and today we are building the tiny eco tower. I initially wanted this to be like an 8-story tall tower, but then I saw that had already been done, and then I was like, okay, so I need to take this idea that I have and try and translate it into something else. So if you haven't seen the Holly in Henford on Backley let's play that we're currently doing here on the channel as well, that whole let's play is about living eco. And I don't know, I've really been inspired by that let's play and all the good ideas that people give for the let's play and what we can do with eco stuff. And I was like, can we in some way combine the eco lifestyle and the tiny living packs into one thing and create this really wacky build that's like, you can see that it's a like self-made constructed tower. It looks weird, it's kind of janky. I was kind of having, you know, the Weasley house from Harry Potter in mind as well, kind of, you know, that's janky and kind of all over the place with different blocks kind of put together. So I thought that the whole premise of that was a really cool idea for a build. And what if we actually just took that idea and put it into a setting where it would make sense? So this is what I came up with, like the tiny eco tower. It's a weird, wacky build, and I realized that, but I don't know, I think it turned out so cool. I'm super happy with it. It's so weird and janky and just, it's weird. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's such a weird build. So first off, I needed to use the ladders. I have not used these like at all. I just haven't found a use for them, and a setting where I thought it would be cool. But ladders in this build kind of make sense. We have minimal space and we have to maximize every single space that we have. So I played around with a lot of different floor plans, trying to figure out where the hell can I put stuff, where does it make sense. So the only place, apparently, for me that made sense to put the bathroom was on the top floor. So the whole idea I had with this whole build was maybe this young couple moved in and just had the bottom floor here. Or maybe they lived in like a container house. And throughout the years, they have been more and more self-sustainable. They have kind of earned money back from the land and really put money into the house, being just as eco-friendly as possible. So the electrical bills are down. The fridge uses ice to cool stuff down. So everything is just as eco as can be. And they kind of added more and more stuff to the builds. So that's why it's kind of janky looking. That's why it's, you know, tilting a bit to the one side and have like a add-on section that's maybe not up to code and just hanging a bit off to the side and actually is only supported by the pillars outside. I love the whole idea of this build, and you guys can come up with your own stories for this one. I'm just trying to, you know, set the setting, give a mood of what the build actually is, what, like, who lives here, what are the type of sim or people that would live here. And this is what I came up with. Like, it's super weird, it's super I don't want to say hippie, but it definitely has like the vibes of, you know, living off the land and being super green and recycling everything. And maybe the house like this looks both modern and weird at the same time, because a lot of it is just upcycled or homemade stuff. But I love that. I thought it was so cool. And I had my trusty builder sim go through the whole house. So your sim should be able to go on every single floor with the with the ladders, because again, I haven't played around with ladders before, so I didn't actually know how they worked, but everything works. So that's the good news. The bad news is that you have to go all the way to the top floor to use the bathroom. But you know, it is what it is. I actually think this house turned out so cute. And again, the whole thing that I've been trying to do throughout this entire year is trying to create something different. And not just do modern builds. Really push myself out of the comfort zone, both in my private life, work life, and here on YouTube. And this, like the last builds that I have built, like the last 20 builds, are like, I would say 90% of them are so out of my comfort zone and so out of what I would normally do. But I love what we have done, and I really hope that you guys can see that as well. And this build is just so crazy, like it's so janky, and looking at it now, I'm just so confused what this build is. Like, what is it? It's just so weird looking, and I love it. It's just so weird. I can't stop laughing now because it's just, it's a crazy build, but I think it turned out super fun. So I also wanted to have this makeshift garden, and the new kind of like fencing that came with the werewolf pack was perfect for this one, because it made it look super self-made, which is just like perfect for this build. It is absolutely perfect for this build. And then I was trying to figure out what can we actually do with the surrounding areas, because I always try to blend it in somewhat so it matches the neighborhood that I'm in. But here it was kind of difficult. Of course, we needed to have the clothing racks and a place to wash the clothes, because no machines for that, please. But I just decided to do a bit of terrain editing, because we don't really do that too much either. I don't really know why. I find the terrain tools in this game to be a bit finicky to actually work with, and also just because you can kind of see it here. Stuff, instead of sticking to the terrain somewhat, like in previous games, it's just kind of, it's like most stuff is floating on top of terrain, which is super weird to me. Like it's a bit weird looking. It's a bit janky. I've said that word a lot throughout this video, but that's just the only word that I can come up with that kind of describes what it is. But here we have the build. I took a lot of screenshots of this build because I just thought it was so fun looking. Like, it's so different, and the different angles and the lighting, you can kind of see the blocks that's put together of different materials. I love the way that this looks. So if you want to get this build, you know what to do. Go around the gallery, type in Auvbri, just like the channel name here, and you're gonna find every single thing that I have done throughout the year. So every single thing that is on YouTube here, building wise, will be on the gallery. Unless there's like content, CC or something like that, but I haven't really done too many of those, so no worries there. But it is on the gallery, so you can go find it. And while you're going down there finding the channel name, why not leave this video a big like and a subscribe, and hitting that notification bell also really helps me out a great big deal. And leave a comment. What did you think about the build? I'm always happy to read the comments and always trying to respond to every single one of you. So just leave a comment what you thought about the build, and I will reply as fast as my little fingers can carry me. But I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world.